Hola, soy Matthew Davis Media. Do you know what movie I'm going to be reviewing today is? Great! But seriously, guys, this is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. And surprisingly, it's not for scary stories to tell in the dark. I'm going to be seeing that on Sunday, hopefully. But until then, I got to check out Dora and the Lost City of Gold. This is a movie, apparently. Ugh. So, of course, this is based off the beloved children's show. We all know it. We love it. We hate it. Most adults hate it. But, it's clearly aimed towards children, obviously. And, of course, this movie, Dora is a teenager now. She has to move out of the jungle and go to the biggest city, kind of like that spin off show, Dora and Friends Into the City. But I never even watched that when I was a kid, so I know nothing about that. All that I know is Dora's a teenager. So I'm not sure if this is a prequel to that or what. But she has to go to high school. But her memories are all about, she was raised in the jungle. She has been living in the jungle her entire life. And when she leaves and goes into the city, she doesn't know what to do. She has a lot of tools with her. She bought a bunch of tools, like a flare thing, which we never saw on the show. And then her and her new friends and her cousin Diego get kidnapped, and instead of finding their way back home, they have to find the lost city of gold that Dora has found out about 10 years ago. Now, look, it is really easy to go into this movie thinking, wow, this is going to be garbage. Because, I mean, you can't judge a movie by its trailer, but yeah, I thought this movie looked dumb. It definitely looked pointless. Danny Trejo as Boots the monkey. I mean, in the poster, Boots isn't even wearing boots. But there actually is a reason for that. And believe it or not, I do have pros for the movie, okay? And, but really, 82% on Rotten Tomatoes good. I mean, I expected to hate the new Ghostbusters movie, but I ended up enjoying that, and critics enjoyed that, audiences didn't. Same with Teen Titans Go to the Movies. I mean, audiences did like a little, sort of liked it, but I'm not gonna praise this movie like the other critics are, because this is a silly movie. It's very, it's kind of cringy at parts, but it's fine for families. But anyways, let me get into my pros. This movie does poke a little bit of fun of the infamous scenes in the cartoon. Like there was that scene in the trailer where they make fun of the Dora asking you a question, then staring at you for a few seconds, and then just goes, "Wow, really?" and stuff like that. And unfortunately, they do poke fun of the musical numbers. Like Dora randomly is gonna start singing for no apparent reason. There's actually a reason for all that. Apparently, this is going to be some mild spoilers, but this is something that I think should be mentioned in case you guys are confused. But I mean, if you want to go in without knowing anything, then you don't need to watch this video. Basically, it acts like Dora imagined Boots talking and all these other animals talking, like she didn't really have those big adventures in the TV show. Like she just made it up with her imagination. And apparently she still does act like a child when she grows up, so I like that. And Swiper is in the movie, but one thing I was really confused with, he could actually talk, and he's played by Benicio del Toro. We've seen him in the Sicario movies, and he wasn't too bad as Swiper. I mean, I'm not going to complain because his voice was different. And Danny Trejo, he was fine as Boots the monkey, I guess. Even though Boots was annoying at parts, but he didn't really fully act like himself, but I really didn't care. I will say I like this Boots more than, I'm not gonna, like, bash, the TV show when I mention this, because, you know, I've grown now. Even though I don't watch kid shows anymore, it's clearly a kid show. And this movie is rated PG, and the cartoon was rated TVY, so I'm honestly not surprised. Because it's PG, that means they can get away with a little bit of stuff. Like Dora has a knife in her backpack. Oh yeah, and her backpack doesn't talk. But there's fart jokes, there's poop jokes, which are kind of cringy, like that one in the trailer where they're in the quicksand and like, I had chimichangas. Yeah, that's something that I think only the children are gonna laugh at. I think parents, they might chuckle a little bit, but I was just going like, okay, I totally saw that coming. And that's basically it. Oh, and because it's PG, there is some dirty humor that they got away with, and I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna see Dora the same way ever again. And there is something near at the halfway point that totally makes it feel like the show, and that's something I'm not gonna spoil for fans of the show that wanna. It's gonna be satisfying for fans, for the most part. For the people that grew up with Dora, I think you're really gonna enjoy this one. And but for the most part, I haven't gotten too much of my cons or concerns. Some of the other characters, their acting really wasn't very good. In fact, their acting is kind of like from Disney Channel original movies or something like that. But this isn't entirely. I mean, this does feel theatrical release and not straight to video. And like I said before, it pokes a little bit of fun about stuff that happened in the Dora TV show, and that's basically my biggest positive with the movie. My negatives is humor, for the most part, it doesn't really work. And after I enjoyed a bit of the first 25 minutes of the movie, but when they get into the jungle, yeah, I feel like I'm kind of watching another Tomb Raider movie or Indiana Jones with a female protagonist and stuff like that. And I was just like, it's supposed to be fun, but for the most part, I wasn't really having fun. I don't know if it's because, I've seen this a million times in other movies, or the fact that I was watching something that had Dora in it. I don't know. All that I know is that, for the jungle scenes, I mean, there are some moments with the characters, at first they don't like each other, then they start liking each other. But, it starts off like a typical teen movie, then it goes to an adventure movie, and, stuff like that, it kind of like, it's like Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. And I actually enjoyed that movie. It's kind of like this, but I enjoyed Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. I actually like the performances and characters there, probably because I actually knew a lot more of the cast. I only know Benicio del Toro and Danny Trejo. But the girl that played I forgot what her name was. I think it was like Isabella something. I'm not entirely sure, but she was fine as Dora. I'm not going to criticize her. She was doing a good job. She's likable enough. And for the most part, all in all, I didn't hate this movie. It's not a movie I would obviously go and see again, but I don't love this as much as critics are right now. I don't think the Rotten Tomatoes score makes that much sense in my opinion. I don't know why that has 82%, but Pet Cemetery has 57 when it started off at 100, then 80, then I just didn't get that. But I really shouldn't be comparing those two movies. All in all, if you're a fan of Dora, you're gonna enjoy this movie. Would parents enjoy it? Probably. If like you watch Dora with your kids or whatever, I'd probably just I don't know. You can take your kids to see it; they'll probably be satisfied. As for me, it didn't make me pull my hair out. It's better than the TV show, and that's the best way I can put it. And for the most part, yeah, it's a little bit better than I was expecting. I didn't expect it to have some, clever uses of jokes of the original TV show. But whatever. It didn't piss me off throughout. I'm going to give Dora and the Lost City of Gold a 3 out of 5. Yeah, not going any lower than that because I'm being honest. It really wasn't that bad. Alright, it could have been far worse. But it's still not a great movie. but it's not one of the worst of this year. And for the most part, it was fun enough. Like I mentioned before, the fun that pokes out of the TV show. Uh, I enjoyed that for the most part. But I'm not going to repeat myself anymore. I'm just going to end the video here. So yeah, Sunday, going to be seeing Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I really hope that's good. I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.